Man, oh man, what another great week of football we saw. Man, oh man. So much happened in just 1 week. So much. So much has happened in 1 week, man. From Belichick leaving the Patriots to so much other stuff. But before we start all that great content, let me introduce you guys to my great colleagues. We got my good friend over there, Tony, like always. How you doing over there, buddy?
Good, thank you.
Okay, then we got my good friend over there, David, who got a new haircut. That's why he doesn't have a hat on today. He's showing up that haircut. How you doing over there, buddy?
I get a haircut all the time. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing lovely. I'm doing lovely. Thanks for asking. And then we got the madman over there, the mad John Paul Monica. Why you so mad over there, buddy? What's wrong? Why you so frustrated? You look so mad. You look mad over there. Come on, get in the white. Get smiling, man. Smiling. I know this is a bad Sunday for you, but come on. Smile.
Is that
Smile.
Why is it a bad Sunday for
I'm
me?
gonna get there.
Cowboys.
Shut up.
But I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Shut up, Davis. Yeah. We all know you're a half Cowboys fan, okay, pal? All right, but let's start with Monday Night Football first. Let's talk about the first game. The Buccaneers versus the Eagles. Buccaneers, I don't know what kicked off. Eagles, I don't know what happened. They started hot, 10-1, then everything went downhill. Everything. Tony, I know the Eagles are your least favorite team because after what they did to you guys back a couple years back, costing y'all a playoff spot. What do you think about this whole Eagle downfall? You think they're gonna get rid of Sirianni?
I don't know. They might turn around and say, we had too many injuries, and that's going to be his saving grace. That they had a ton of injuries, but I knew coming in, and that's why I picked Tampa. They were just way too depleted. The Giants probably put the first nail in the coffin, by hurting Hurts and knocking out a couple of their other wide receivers. I mean, that was, the first coffin, the first nail that went in the coffin, and then Tampa Bay just finished it off.
Okay. David, I see you nodding over there, buddy. You think Sirianni's time is over?
No. I think he'll be back for maybe one more year. It's all about what the locker room thinks. I know two people on the Eagles that actually like him. Like Tony said, they're hurt. So they're very depleted, and they played like it too. And honestly, I'm happy for Baker Mayfield. If anybody deserves it, it's him. I know a lot of people don't like him. I like him. I've liked him even in college. So I'm very happy for him. And to be honest with you, if I'm Detroit, I would be careful playing Buccaneers.
I mean, if the Buccaneers didn't drop, 9 or 10 balls, I mean, that game was a complete blowout if they didn't drop all those balls. But then again, Baker throws very hard, man. Lots of fastballs.
He better get another contract. If he deserves it. And just to conclude, I hate the Eagles just as much as Tony does. I hate their fans just as much as Tony does. Their fans just don't shut up. They're just as bad as Cowboy fans. This is our year. Yeah. You're in Cancun with the Giant players.
And Dallas is up to do right now. But definitely, the Buccaneers. We're gonna get to. Come on, Tony. Come on, David. But definitely, the Buccaneers, man. I gotta give props to them. They came out to play 100%. Baker Mayfield, he came up. He was him. I like the way he was telling, even like when they messed up on the drive when they had the punt, he went to his old line mate, told him we'll be okay, we're gonna get it. And the next drive they got a touchdown, and they kept on that pace. And I like that. He was good. Gotta get props to them. But Philadelphia,
you know what's crazy? He was playing scout team defensive end at one point on the Panthers. That's crazy.
I mean, you learn from your mistakes, and he's definitely cleaning up. He's making himself.
I'm happy for him. He
that contract option, and definitely, and Philadelphia. I don't know what Jalen Hurts was doing on that safety. Why would he run in your own damn end zone? You throw the ball away.
He should throw the ball away 2 seconds before the other guy hit him.
Yeah, but shout out to my buddy Shalou and Kenny. I know you guys are crying over there, like Eagles losing. All right, John Paul, what do you think about this whole Eagles loss? And you think next year he's gonna be there?
I think the Eagles are going to be in for a big change. I actually think they're going to be losing a lot of people. If you saw the end of that game last night, Kelsey was saying bye to everybody, basically. I mean, he was hugging the hell out of the offense.
No. He announced the retirement.
Oh, he did retire.
He did.
Yeah, he announced it today.
Oh, I didn't even hear that yet. But I don't think A.J. Brown is sticking around. believe it or not.
They said the Giants might want him.
And honestly, the Buccaneers did with what the Jets did and what the Giants did in Week 17, and they exposed the Eagles the back end because their DBs and their safeties are trash. They are so trash. Their defensive line is decent, but now you got to look at the Eagles also. They're going to lose. They're going to wind up losing Fletcher Cox. He's going to wind up retiring. They got a lot of old guys on that defense. I mean, they could still play. Don't get me wrong.
Graham.
Yeah, but they're old.
But let me ask you a quick question. Who do you think's more talented, the Eagles or the Cowboys on paper?
On paper?
They're more talented. The Cowboys are.
You think so?
Hold on. As an overall team?
Overall.
Dallas because of the defense.
I think Eagles.
That's otherwise, if it was just offense, I'd probably say Eagles.
The Eagles' offense over Dallas.
Yeah. So I mean,
okay.
You know, if I had to, if it was overall, I have to give the Dallas edge because of the defense. Okay. Even though their defense didn't show up this weekend.
No, they didn't show up at all.
That's what. Thank you, Tony. You gotta lead me to my next point.
Hold on. Before we go there, I do have a question. You know, and this is, and it's not that concerning to me because I'm, you know, I don't care about the Eagles. But was there no fire at all in Jalen Hurts yesterday?
There was none.
You're gonna sit there. You're gonna sit there and let your average tight end berate you in front of your quarterback coach and not say a word?
He's not.
I mean, he had no right to say a word though, bro. He was doing stupidities plays. It looked like he didn't want to win the game.
His offensive line, just like the Giants and the Jets and all these other teams, okay, couldn't give him more than 2 seconds. I think they were saying the entire game he had 2 seconds to get back every single play.
Because
real quick, in order to beat the Eagles, you have to rush 4 people and drop 7 to beat them. Because if you rush so many people for Hurst, he'll run away from everybody and start throwing the ball everywhere. That's why Tampa was successful. If you watch, they didn't blitz anybody all game. It was just 4 down linemen every play, and they were hitting them every play.
That's what they did. They ran the same thing against Mahomes against the Super Bowl. They did the same exact concept. They run the same thing, and look what they did to Mahomes in the Super Bowl. They shut him down. They did the same exact thing.
I don't know. I mean, to have Goddard sit there on the bench and Goddard, who the frig are you?
He was annoyed.
Hurts has never been a vocal guy. Even in college, he was never a vocal guy. Some people just want to just perform on the field. Listen, I'm a Giants fan, obviously. I think I believe more in Hurts this year than the previous year, but he needs. I don't know, man. They need a running game. They need something.
Well, I mean, how much are we going to believe in them next year when they're going to ban the push tush or the tush push?
It got stopped yesterday.
It got stopped yesterday, but the NFL is going to ban it next year because it's really not a legal play.
Yeah, but there was a foul on that one. What's his name was grabbing him by his helmet.
That's all right. It wouldn't have made a difference anyway.
Well, no, I'm just.
He's just saying that's why it got failed. That's what I'm trying to say. But of course, they're never going to ban it because the NFL had it. But before we get to the Dallas game, I want to talk about another Monday football game. Week after week, we talk about the refs. Every week, we went in the refs. Every week. And one player finally called out the refs, George Pickens, on the Steelers. He said you can't play the Bills and the refs. Tony, what do you believe about this? Do you think that's true? But the Bills got a little saving grace from the refs?
No, the Bills ran away with the game. It was, the Pittsburgh was too little too late. I'm pretty sure if they didn't get it that kind of close, he wouldn't have been saying anything because it was a blowout until that point. But you want to know what, man? We've been saying it all season. It is what it is. I mean, what else can you do? Unless you're going to be extending these games another half an hour for reviews on play after play after play, I don't know what else can be done.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to also ask another question. I'm going to make the 2-pointer. Do you think, because there was a question asked to Mike Tomlin about it last year, do you think Mike Tomlin's done with the Steelers?
No, they
No,
said
I
he's
just
coming
saw on
back.
ESPN he's
Yeah,
back
he's coming
next
back.
year.
Oh, okay, no man, I didn't see that yet. Okay, David, you're next, buddy. What do you think, buddy?
I'm sure Tony and John Paul would agree. Why don't they just add referees? There's clearly not enough referees to that might not be able to catch everything. Now, Tony's right too. If we add referees, it's gonna be more penalties. Now instead of a game being 3 hours, it's gonna be 4 hours. So I get that, but I just think maybe they should add one or two referees just because there are some calls that are not getting called. But Tony's right too. See, the Steelers played like crap yesterday. That game was a lot closer than what it really was, in my opinion. That game, that whole blocked field goal, if they would have made that blocked field goal, that would have deflated the Steelers and they would have been done even before then. Pickens, I mean, Pickens was getting held. I agree with that. But the refs didn't play a major part in the outcome yesterday. They got outplayed.
Right? David, John Paul, what do you think, buddy? I'm tired.
I agree with them. I think the Bills outplayed them. They outclassed them. I mean, it just is what it is there. There's one thing that I'm starting not to like about the NFL, and that's the fact that you can't touch any quarterback anymore. That's what it seems. You can't even lay a hand on these quarterbacks.
No,
and
the major quarterbacks. The major ones.
We'll get there when we talk about the Miami game. So
it's the major quarterbacks. It's not the. I mean, look what happened. Tony
because
remembers
if any
Tommy
wearing a
DeVito.
jersey, it was in Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, listen, I'm not sure if you guys remember halfway through the season, I made a suggestion, and I don't know if it's a bad one. It might actually be a good one. I think you got to start putting a little bit of the games into Dean Blandino and those guys who work in the NFL, studios hands a little bit, and maybe give 2 VAR reviews a game. Where Dean Blandino clearly sees it, they clearly see it, all over their TVs, and they mic down to the ref and say, "Hey, stop play, let's review it." I mean, that might be an idea.
I just think there's too many rules protecting everybody. And I understand you don't want to see anybody get hurt. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is football, dude. You know what I mean? You wear pads for a reason.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just missed penalties and shit like that altogether.
I mean, yeah,
cleaning up the game.
Missed penalties I can get, but like you said, Tony, it's gonna take time to do things like that.
Yeah, you're gonna drag the game out longer.
I mean, they don't want to waste more time than they have to. Me personally, I think it's just, I don't know. There's too many rules. It's starting to get, it's honestly, it's getting stupid. If they could still fight in hockey, which is one of my favorite sports, I don't see the reason why a quarterback can't take a nice hit.
Well, I mean, because people purposely go to the games to watch the fights. They don't go to watch hockey.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I mean, completely true, but you always want to see a fight there. But I mean, honestly, though, I mean, some of these quarterbacks. I mean, come on, dude, stop it. This is the Tom Brady. That's the problem.
And talking about hockey players get fights, I know one fan that got choked out at a hockey game by another fan. And it's funny you mentioned that. All right, now let's talk about the America's football team. Sunday Night Football, man, oh man, they got their butts whooped. They got their rear end handled to them. And John Paul's probably going to curse me out in 2 seconds. I know he is. See that face.
You act like a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, Cowboys. I don't know what happened here. I'm mad I picked the Cowboys, not the Packers. Jimmy Johnson, he was going viral for his Cowboy rant halftime. If you guys saw the video of his rant, he was going crazy what he was doing in the locker room. Cowboys. John Paul, where do the Cowboys going next? Is it true that Mike McCarthy's going to be gone? You think he'll be gone?
No, McCarthy's not going anywhere. I got the alert earlier that they're keeping him for another year as well. I honestly, you can't really, not that you can't
blame him. You can't blame him
completely, dude. You can't.
Dude,
The
did you
team
see
went
that
down.
play calling? It was terrible.
What about their defense? And he doesn't call defensive plays. He calls offensive plays.
Dude, the
Defense
offense had
didn't play great.
they had nothing in the first half. Nothing. Everything was in the second half when Green Bay pulled all their starters.
But that's what I'm saying. Defense didn't play well either. Defense let up 21 points before you knew it. It was the first quarter. They were down 21-0.
Yeah, that definitely shot Dan Quinn's stock for head coaching position.
No,
I
it did
don't
not.
think I don't think unless there's serious talks with Jim Harbaugh or Bill Belichick, I don't think he's going anywhere. But then again, I could be wrong.
The
I
fans are going to
saw
want him gone.
that he's not going anywhere.
The fans want him gone.
Again, same deal with the Eagles. Dallas got outplayed, and they sat down to their opponent. You know, they were going up. They were the number 2 seed going up against the number 7 seed, thinking, "Hey, man, we're just going to go in there. They're coming to our house. We've won 8 straight at home, 16 straight at home. We're just going to go in there. We're going to wreck them." And that's not what happened. Jordan Love, I give Jordan Love a lot of props, man. He played a hell of a game. He did. He played an unbelievable game. And Dallas, too little, too late, unfortunately. But that's like every team does that. Look at the Eagles, for instance. No, not to go back to that segment, but the Eagles lost 5 of the last 6 games. They took their foot off the pedal. Dallas did the same thing. Unfortunately, you take your foot off the pedal in the playoffs, you lose. You go home, or you stay home, should I say?
Okay. Tony, what do you think, buddy?
You hope get our names right by the Super Bowl.
If I had to hear Dak in another freaking postseason game go, here we go, shut up, you suck, dumbass. But whatchamacallit? Listen, man.
He did beat you guys 40-0. Don't forget that.
So what?
I'm just saying something. The saying is statistic, buddy. That's all. The saying is statistic. It came to my wonderful mind.
Yeah, no, I could care less. I mean, we got to play golf a week before them.
And a better
It
draft
makes
pick.
no difference. Listen, I'm glad it happened. You know, a lot of the fan base pissed me off, you know, all year long. We had to freaking hear it. This is our year. This is our year. We them boys. Okay, you're them girls. What difference does it make? So I'm glad it's over. If McCarthy doesn't go, Dak has to go. One of them has to go.
I don't think either.
They're not going anywhere.
Neither one.
Belichick would not be a good fit in there.
Dak Prescott had a career year. Where's he
So
going?
what? So
Why
what?
you gonna
You
give
don't
him
win. You don't win. It doesn't mean anything.
I understand what you're saying, but he had a career season. You're not going to let a quarterback walk after having a season like he had.
Dude,
That'd be stupid.
All right, then Dallas Cowboys will continue to do the same thing with Tony Romo. Have great year, get to the playoffs and shit the bed.
It's been that since before Tony Romo.
But I'll tell you what though. They have great seasons. They make it to the playoffs. They win divisions.
I'll tell you what, if I was the Browns, I would trade Dak for Deshaun Watson.
I don't know if that's going to happen though.
No, I know, but I would do that. If I was the Browns,
Jerry Jones is a fucking idiot. He's probably going to give Dak an extension and give him a crazy amount of money.
He'll probably try and trade for somebody. I guarantee you.
I don't think they're going to give him an extension. I think he's got another 2 years on his contract.
Yeah,
One of them has to go. I'm sorry. You know, Dak is not the answer. He hasn't been the answer.
It's crazy, but
He puts up the numbers.
Can I go tape Hooper? Is that not okay?
I'm gonna let you go, buddy. I was gonna say your name. I go, buddy. Go. I was gonna do the honors of saying it, but you can go yourself, buddy.
Don't worry. He almost didn't let me go in the first one. You saw that, right? He started talking like, "Here we go, guys."
I got 2 words for you, Jordan Love. I absolutely love how everybody was bashing him. He's no Rodgers. What else was it? It was like, oh, he stinks. I remember his first 2 NFL starts. Everybody said like they should bench him and everything else. And look what he did. Everybody's talking about the Dallas D, the Dallas offense. Let's give Green Bay some credit, man. They're the youngest team in the NFL, too.
Yeah, the Cowboys got the D is what they got.
Yeah. They got
You know what's funny? DeVito did what Dak couldn't.
What's that?
That's true. He beat the Packers, and that couldn't beat the
Oh yeah,
Packers.
true. Yeah, but I mean, listen, Green Bay is gonna be a good team for the years to come
And-
too.
And didn't Dallas play Green Bay early this year too?
Yeah.
And y'all beat them, right? Y'all
Who
probably
the-
got.
Who the fuck
Regular
is
season is not
Jets
the same as
fan?
the postseason.
I'm the team that stopped the Eagles from becoming undefeated through 11 weeks. That was
My team was also beat them as well. Okay, so don't take all the credit.
Yes, but you weren't the first team to beat them. They're tiny, so shut your face and keep it moving.
And I don't think the Cowboys are gonna get Belichick anyway. He just interviewed for the Falcons.
Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to Atlanta.
There's going to be a weird shakeup, man. I wouldn't be
Well, I
surprised
think
if he's going
he
to beat the Giants.
There's a weird reason why I think he
You wouldn't be
go to the
surprised if he does what?
The Giants.
Are you high?
Are you really on drugs? What type of
Okay.
drugs are you smoking right now?
First off, if you guys listen at all of what's going on in the Giants locker room right now, there's a
Okay.
humongous problem between whatever happened between Dable and Wink.
That's because
So-
they were on Epstein's Island.
Whatever. And Belichick loves the Giants. I mean, that's where he got his start.
I don't think he's gonna go there. But
But he also has a sour taste in his mouth with the Giants because that head coaching job was supposed to be
his. Yeah.
If he would go anywhere, he'd go to Cleveland where they gave him his first shot.
Yeah, but Cleveland's not going to hire him right now.
You always go back home.
Cleveland.
Sean Payton one day will be back with the Giants.
I doubt it.
This is why
Sean Payton can go kiss a rock.
This is why I think Belichick could go to the Falcons. The AFC South is probably the worst division in the NFL. He gets to pick his next quarterback. The Falcons have a really good draft pick. He could pick their next quarterback.
They said he might go to Chicago too.
And Arthur Blank will let him do literally whatever he wants. He's one owner that will let him do whatever he wants.
I mean, you gotta let him do.
You know what's crazy? You know, it's weird how some of these owners hold grudges. What's the name of the owner again for the New England Patriots?
Robert
Kraft, yeah. So there's a quote going, he let my son Brady go because he said he couldn't win anymore. Then he went to Tampa Bay and he won. I'm going, hold on. So Belichick is gone, and that's your first quote. You're holding a grudge from that many years ago? The guy won you how many rings?
The Patriots are going to wind up. The Patriots are going to wind up getting Vrabel as their head coach.
No, they already got somebody. They got their former. They promoted.
Yeah, quick. The next day.
They promoted Mayo. His name is Brandon Mayo. Something.
Jared Mayo.
Gerard Mayo.
Gerard Mayo.
They promoted him. He was under Belichick, and they promoted him.
Yeah, I mean, literally the next day. Yeah.
Why would he fire? Yeah.
He played.
But we're gonna get to Vrabel as well. But let's talk about another playoff game. We gotta stick to the playoff game. Let's go talk about the next one: the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. Man, Kansas City, I gotta give you a props, man. Gotta give you a props. Y'all got the job done against Kansas City, Miami. And like I said, Miami's a fluke team. They cannot beat a team above 500. And I was kind of right.
Miami can't beat a team that has refs that are paid. Maybe you didn't read that. Maybe you didn't read that article because you're reading other articles that are fake as fuck.
Fake news. I watch real news. But pal, okay,
yeah, you watch real news.
Hey, listen.
The only real news you watch is Pornhub.
Who did they beat that was good, bro?
Site.
Who did Miami beat that was good, though? Miami was a bust.
Umir, hold up, though.
Are we on Miami right now?
The fact that who they beat or who they didn't beat, okay? They made it to the playoffs, yes? They beat the teams they had to beat.
The easy teams. It's easy to pick on the bully. It does not matter when the bully.
You're trying to. So hold on. Shut up real quick. You're telling me there wasn't not one iffy call in that game that went the Chiefs' way at all? None?
Yeah,
not one.
None.
You are a motherfucking liar. Excuse my language.
Lying with profanity. You can be
You are
$50.
such a liar. You are such a liar, and you know it.
Come on, it's a John Paul. Come on, buddy.
This is the type of thing that I'm talking about. Players like Patrick Mahomes, who, don't get me wrong, he is a great quarterback, but he's turning into a bitch. I will use Stephen A. words. He's turning into a bitch.
Yep.
But guess what? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's not anybody, it's the refs. And apparently he's getting in trouble for possibly paying them off.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
This sounds more like a Tom Brady issue.
That's involved Tom Brady. Tom Brady did not pay well.
Okay, but you gotta understand, man. You're not gonna get a pass, dude. There was that one pass that the guy bumped into him with your chest. You're gonna call that a roughing the passer? When you flop on the ground like that, dude, get your bitch ass up. It's football. Take the hit. Get up. Show them you can take the hit. You get up and go, yo, I ate that shit. You understand what I'm getting at?
So I'd like to discuss a play.
I hate the game being played like this. I can't stand
that's
it.
all quarterbacks, not him only, bro. All quarterbacks are doing
both
it now.
out of
All
here.
quarterbacks
David
are
said
doing
it
that. All
perfectly.
quarterbacks are doing that.
David said it perfectly. It's only the quarterbacks that matter. It's only the quarterbacks that matter. Because I'll tell you right now, because the way you like to bring it up, I'll bring it up. Because if that was Daniel Jones back there, they would have never made that call. Never. But because it was Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, like you like to say, they always make that call. That's why it's called, say it with me, Tony and David, the Tom Brady rule.
The Michael Jordan rule.
No, that's the LeBron James rule.
Okay. David, what do you think, buddy, on our good friends?
For what, the Kansas City game?
Yeah. The Kansas City game. We're talking about Kansas City game, bro. What else do you think we're talking about?
Well, you go one topic and then you go here and there. I mean, I thought the Dolphins would play better than they did, to be honest with you. I'm just so sick of Taylor Swift. I am so sick of it. I really.
Oh, you didn't like the whole with her mother, and I'm gonna punch the fucking TV, please.
And then with the freaking custom Kelsey jacket she had on. It's like,
hold on, I'm not gonna lie though. That was actually pretty cool.
That was made by.
That was cool.
The Niners fullback's white. Yeah, the Niners fullback's white.
Yeah.
No, listen, it was cool and stuff, but like
I mean, just the fact that Mahomes' wife had the same one was a little bit weird. Just a little.
But it's when the Kansas City plays, it's not even about football anymore. It's about Taylor Swift. It's about showing who's in the stands. Like, oh, Mahomes is white. It's getting too much.
She's hot though.
No, she's not impressive.
Out of here.
No, not Taylor Swift. Mahomes' wife.
Mahomes' wife in a club before. No.
So I mean, listen. At the end of the day, I'm really disappointed with how Tyreek played. How I understand the weather conditions too, but you have to.
Kansas City, come on.
Weather. Yeah. But
you played there.
Yeah, but the thing is, dude, Dolphins are what? They were 0-10 in anything below 40 degrees this year, or something like that. Or in the past 10 years.
Well, I believe Tua is 0-14 in games below 40 degrees.
And now they're saying that the Dolphins should draft a quarterback just in case. It's like, dude, Tua had one bad game this year. Like, let him live, man. Like, I think Tua's a good quarterback. Let
me stop you right there. You said you only had one bad game?
Name a game besides the Ravens game he played bad in.
The game? The Tennessee Titan game? The Buffalo game? The Buffalo, not this one, the Buffalo game before early this season when the Buffalo came there smacked them around.
Who's your quarterback?
Because they lost doesn't mean that he played bad. You know that, right?
No, but the quarterback.
Come on,
a quarterback leads his troops to battle. Come on, buddy. Quarterback is where a quarterback's the most important player on the team.
Does he play
and
defense
that's fine, but he doesn't play defense.
Dude, their defense
just because
is banged up.
Doesn't mean the player plays bad. Have you ever played fantasy, Umir? I mean, and I'm not talking about the dirty fantasy that you're thinking about. I'm talking about fantasy football.
I have played fantasy football.
All right, so you do realize that some games, for instance, I had Jared Goff this year on my fantasy football team. He did amazing. But there were games he did unbelievable, and they lost.
Yep.
That's what David's trying to say. So do me a favor. Float your ears out there, Dumbo, and listen up a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, their defense, they had a bunch of starters out anyway. Phillips is out for the year. They have a bunch of people out to their defense. I mean, I just thought they would win because I figured they would get tired of everybody talking about the Chiefs. The Chiefs came, they won. but now I want to see what Chiefs are going to do next week against the Bills. I want to see this now.
I was hoping both of them would be out this week.
Oh,
I was hoping they weren't.
Amir, what did I say my Super Bowl prediction was again?
But somebody.
San Francisco and the Bills.
I don't see the Bills. Bills lose to the
Francisco and the
Bills lose to
Bengals.
them every
I'm not
year.
halfway there.
Kansas City every year. And plus with the Taylor Swift, you know they ain't losing. Taylor Swift is there.
Well, do you know they said that all the past Super Bowls, whatever the color emblem the Super Bowl is, has been the teams in the Super Bowl. So this year they said it would be the 49ers versus the Ravens. So make sure.
Yeah, and then you do realize that 2 days after they did that, they changed it, right?
No way they did.
They changed it.
To what?
They made it all blue with a sunset and like a red bottom. I turned around and said, "So what the hell is that?"
Which is the Bills.
The Lions are blue. The Lions are blue. Think of it.
I would love to see the Lions. Can we get to that game? Because I would love to see.
We gotta take Tony's take first. Tony, what do you think about this? Do you take on this Kansas City Miami game, buddy? And don't do all day. We want to go to another game.
First off, shut your friggin' mouth, all right? No, you know what? It was a tough game. If maybe somebody can work with Tua on his passing a little bit, I think that would be tremendous. Lefties have a hard time as it is. I don't see the speed of the ball coming out. You know what I mean? It just, it seems like every pass is a floating pass, with the lefty, but I'm not really sure. But I'll tell you this much. Riddell, which I thought was Riddle, the company who makes the helmets.
Riddell?
No, it's Riddell.
It's Riddell.
No, they pronounced it the other day. It's Riddell. But anyway, the CEO had to be shitting his pants when Mahomes' helmet cracked and a piece fell out.
That's how cold it was. He said it's because of the weather. That's how.
I understand, but you're the manufacturer of the helmets, and I mean your job is to, protecting the players.
John Paul, what's so funny, man? What's so funny?
I'm sorry. I should start drinking. Is what I should start doing. I'm sorry. It's just me. I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but, I mean, the CEO of that company had to be
pictures of you, and I can't stop laughing. It's just hilarious.
You guys try social media? Joke off?
No, come on.
I'm sorry, Tony. I was thinking about something. I just started cracking up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Whatever. We can go to the next game. Whatever.
All right, let's go talk about.
My opinion doesn't mean shit.
It definitely doesn't, buddy.
Wow.
But like I said, let's talk about Detroit Lions, man. You gotta give props. The first playoff win in 30 years. I think last time they had a playoff win, I think John Paul and Tony were like 20 years old. So I think y'all seen it. Y'all three got it. You old bastards.
Actually, I was a year old. They did it in 91, so I was a year old.
I thought you were older. What about you, David? How old were you back then?
What year?
91.
I was not even born yet.
Really?
No,
and what about you? What about you over there, Grandpa?
7 years old.
Did they have color TVs back then, or they still wanted black and white?
No, I had your father come over and hold the friggin' antennas. Shut your mouth.
Hey, bad props to the Lions, man. The Detroit Lions gotta give props for that. LA Rams, I really think they were stupid for going for those three. They wasted their timeouts early in the game, early in the second half. Can't do that, Stafford. Come on. But I'm gonna go with you guys. David, what do you think about this game, buddy? Are you still sending pictures of memes of myself to John Paul?
For which game?
We're talking about Detroit Lions and the Rams game, pal.
Sorry, I was thinking about something. I'm happy for golf. I'm happy for Detroit. It was a really good game. I don't think the fans should have booed Stafford because Stafford put a lot of hard years into them, and especially they had a pretty bad offensive line every year. That's the one thing I don't agree with. I thought it was a great game. It was literally a hard-fought game. Detroit played their butts off. What? Why do you keep laughing at me?
I'm not laughing.
No,
Sorry.
I'm talking about
I'm sorry. Go on. I'm sorry.
Amir. Are you seriously? Are you in the bathroom right now?
Who, me?
No,
No.
Amir.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought you were
God.
talking to me. I was like, no, I'm at the
Why does it
kitchen.
look like you're? It looks like you're like in a bathroom right now. Are
I'm
you?
under my kitchen sill.
You know what's crazy? He's standing up.
No, all kidding aside. All kidding aside. I really want to see this Detroit versus Tampa game now. It's gonna be Tampa's defense versus.
We gotta get
Detroit
there.
defense. What do you mean? We already talked about Tampa. Now we're in Detroit.
We're gonna talk about that match when we make a pick. But come on, please.
But that's the matchup. We talk about who we take.
Okay.
But I honestly, Detroit scares me in the playoffs. I think they're the only team that can beat the 49ers, in my opinion.
Okay. Tony making faces over there. What do you think about this whole Detroit Rams game, buddy?
I'm not making any faces.
Okay, buddy. Let's answer that damn question, please.
I watched the game. It was interesting. It was probably one of the better games over the weekend. Most of them were blowouts. Yeah. I mean, Goff played okay. The second half of the game, I didn't think was that great. My honest opinion.
Okay. John Paul, what do you think, buddy?
I like Detroit. I do. I like Detroit a lot, and I think they can make a run. They played very, very well. They didn't really let the Rams get too close to where it would be a problem. You know what I mean? The Detroit defense played tighter than your collar on your shirt. So I mean it was pretty good.
Wow. That's pretty clever.
Thanks for talking about my collar, bro.
That's why I was laughing before. You guys have no idea. I can't get it out of my head now. He was just sitting there going like this.
Looks like a flat paper airplane.
I'm retarded. Keep going.
Okay, man. All right, last game we're gonna talk about that we got to talk about a couple of news that happened. Browns and Texans, man. Texans, I don't know where y'all came out of nowhere. I gotta get props to DeMarco Ryan and Stroud. His name is Stroud. First rookie quarterback and rookie head coach to make it to the playoffs and not making it the division. I'm gonna give y'all props. I thought y'all were not gonna make the playoffs when y'all started going downhill, but y'all still kept on pushing forward. John Paul, what do you think about this game, buddy?
CJ Stroud is phenomenal. He is such a good quarterback.
The Panthers messed up, man.
And listen, I'll tell you right now, man. I think he's going to give Lamar Jackson. He might give Lamar Jackson a problem. I mean, if they're playing as hot as they are right now, dude, they can go into Baltimore and beat them. I don't know how much I trust it yet, but as of right now, I got to give him props though. I mean, rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, wins the division, wins his first playoff game. Good for him, man. All props to you. I told you guys Cleveland was gonna poop themselves in their brown.
I didn't expect it to be that bad.
Is
that the first time in playoff history back-to-back pick six?
I think so.
I mean, Flacco. Yeah, it was nice to see you come back and do very well. I think you got to go back to the couch.
Yeah. Don't call the Jets.
David, what do you think, buddy?
I think John Paul's right. I think the Texans can not only beat the Ravens, they can smoke them. If they hold Lamar Jackson, there are gonna be a lot of problems, man. Because Texans could score a lot of points. It's all about how the weather is gonna be too. If it's gonna be wet, that works into the Ravens. If it's gonna be dry and not windy, it goes into the Texans. So I don't know though, man. Like I know we're gonna get there. We're gonna take a pick, but like the Texans are scary, man, because you don't know. They're so young. Like they're rookies or they're captains of their team, man. They're just so young and raw. Like they just play and they play like it too. They just let loose because they're like, we're not even supposed to be here. The Ravens have a lot of pressure on them to make it a Super Bowl this year. So, Texans could just play laid back and just play whatever they want.
Okay. Definitely gotta give the props to Houston and DeMarco Ryan, man. Definitely, Rob, with you, it's like him and what's his name, Campbell, going for the head of the coach of the year award, and it's gonna be a tough battle between those two. Who's gonna get that award?
Another New York Giant product.
That did not do nothing in New York. It's a
He was a third string tight end, you dumb bastard. What is he gonna do?
I mean, whenever players leave the Giants, they're all doing good and all the Broncos. But before we get to a pick, I do want to say something. I want to bring a coach that got removed from the job, which I did not expect. Pete Carroll got removed from Seahawks head coaching job. I did not expect
You
it,
didn't
but
expect that?
I didn't see it come. I didn't see it coming so soon. I see after 14 years. I mean, yeah, but he still made it work with what's his name, Geno Smith.
Come on, man. He's like 135 years old.
Chewing on the same piece of gum for 14 years.
But I didn't see it coming at all. I do understand why I think it's time for change because they haven't been going. Their defense is going completely down the toilet. But Dan Quinn, hopefully he comes back to us. David, what do you think, buddy?
Who cares?
Nah, Pete Carroll, he's a legend. I mean, at USC, at Seattle, he'll always be known as the person that didn't give Marshawn Lynch the ball, and that's just flat out how.
Thanks for reminding me that, pal. Next.
It is. I'm serious. That's what he's gonna be remembered as. I think whoever takes that Seahawks job, I wouldn't keep Geno Smith as a quarterback.
Oh hell no! Please get rid of the guy. He sucks. Please.
But the thing is, like, do you draft a quarterback? Do you get somebody else? But he's under contract, dude. They give him a lot of money.
They give a lot of money to that ball. John Paul, what do you think about it? I would ask your brother, but he don't care. I know that's gonna be his response.
What'd you say?
What do you think about this whole Pete Carroll thing?
Honestly, I think he did it to himself. I think he told him, he's like, listen, man, I kind of want to stray away a little bit, and I like to still stay with the team, but I would like to do it from like an outside perspective. He's up there in age, man. Same thing with Belichick. Belichick's not like he's not like a spring chicken. Belichick's in his 70s.
Yeah, but he's also banging 20-year-olds.
Good for him.
Okay.
My man Bill.
All right, guys. Is that time of day for the picks? Tony, how did everybody do last week?
First off, it doesn't matter how everyone else did. It matters how I did.
How did you do?
I did is I took it, baby. Cream rise to the top. No, let's start at the bottom.
Me.
David, it's weird to see you at the bottom, buddy.
I know.
But you and Paulie, 2 wins.
Yeah.
2 for 4. Terrible, terrible. Well, Mayor John Paul, 500, 3 for 3.
You had
4 victories, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Who'd you
4
lose?
and 2.
Who'd you lose on?
I lost on Cleveland and the Cowgirls.
Yeah. Never do that mistake again in my life. All right, first game we got going.
I got it. I take over. This is where I take over.
I take
Divisional
over,
weekend, baby. Divisional weekend. Week 1, game 1. Houston, Baltimore. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to start with Paul because Paul sent me his picks. He couldn't join us tonight. Paul is going Baltimore.
I'm going Houston.
Man,
Actually, no, give me Baltimore too. No, give me Houston. No, give me Houston. Give me Houston. Give me Houston. Give me Houston.
I'm going Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going Baltimore too. They can't lose at home.
Drop Paul.
Happened before. The Tennessee Titans did it to them out of nowhere.
Yo, shut up. It's not your pick.
See, I like Houston too, though.
Dude, look what did last week. I said I love the Packers, and I'm taking the Cowboys.
You rolled with Houston all year long.
Yeah, give me Houston. Fuck it.
All right.
What's the worst case you lose?
Let's go. Let's game.
Green Bay, San Fran. Paulie went San Fran. I'm going San Fran.
San Fran.
David, you said San Fran. John Paul, what are you doing?
He's eating grapes like a fat ass.
Grapes are good.
Fat people don't eat grapes.
Yeah.
All right,
They can pick, bro.
Give me San Francisco.
San Fran across the board. Green Bay is going to win now.
Yep.
Next game, Detroit, Tampa Bay. Paulie went Tampa Bay. I went Tampa Bay.
It's because of the mush and cream shirt over there.
Wow, you're going Tampa too, Tony?
I'm going Tampa, yeah.
Wow.
I'm going Detroit.
I'm going Detroit too. I can't see them losing at home.
Yeah, I like Detroit as well at home.
I think Tampa.
All right, and final game, boys. What a game. What a game. KC, Buffalo.
Kansas
Buffalo.
I
City.
went KC. Paulie went
Wait.
KC.
Buffalo.
David, Buffalo. Tiny Tim,
This one's at
Kansas
home,
City.
not in Kansas City.
KC, John Paul.
Hate this game.
You're going with the Wings?
Yeah, because I can't stand Kansas City. Not right now. I can't stand them.
Same here.
Picks. Way to go, boys.
Pick your nose.
Well, I hope all of you had a great day today. Hope to see you guys back next week. And we'll be back again next week. Okay, good night, guys. Good night, fellas.